Okay, let's jump right into a question I'm sure has crossed your mind. You land a new job, awesome, you're ready to go, and they ask for your original certificates. But then what happens? Can they actually just hang on to them? I mean, it's a kind of weird feeling, right? You're handing over these super important personal documents you worked so hard for. The good news is, the rules are actually really clear on this. So let's dig into what the source material says about your rights and what your employer can and can't do. All right, first things first. We got to understand why an employer is even asking for these documents to begin with. And it boils down to one simple idea. It's all about verification, not about them taking permanent possession. The source material actually has a pretty official-sounding phrase for this: scrutiny of authenticity. It sounds fancy, but all it really means is they have one job, and one job only, to make sure your qualifications are legit and the papers are real. It's a checkup, not a takeover. And this right here is the absolute core of it. The whole process is designed to be temporary, right from the get-go. No matter what, those documents are yours. They always have been, and they always will be, period. So temporary is great, but what does that actually mean? A week? A year? Well, there's a very specific timeline, and it's one every single employee should know. The clock starts ticking the moment you do. Here it is. The first magic number you need to remember is 3. Your employer cannot, I repeat, cannot, hold onto your original certificates for more than 3 months from your start date. And that's not a suggestion, that's the absolute max. So let's walk through it. Day 1, you start your job and bam, that countdown begins. They have the next 1, 2, or 3 months for that scrutiny of authenticity we talked about. But the second that 3rd month is over, those documents have to be right back in your possession. But hang on, that's not the whole story. What happens when you leave? Whether you resign or your time there comes to an end for another reason, well, a totally different set of rules kicks in with a whole new timeline. Let's just put this side by side to make it super clear. We just talked about that 3-month rule while you're on the job. But as soon as your employment is over, forget that. A brand new and much shorter clock starts ticking. And here's our second key number to lock in your memory: 30. After your job ends, for any reason at all, your old employer has 30 days. That's it, just 30 days to return any original certificates they still have. And the process is really simple. The minute your employment is officially over, that 30-day countdown is on. It's a clear, non-negotiable deadline for the company to get your personal documents back where they belong, with you. Okay, so we've covered the 2 big scenarios. Let's pull this all together and just hammer home the key takeaways, the absolute must-know rules from all of this. So here it is, boiled down. 1, the only reason they have them is for verification. That's it. 2, while you're working there, they've got 3 months max. 3, after you leave, that window shrinks to just 30 days. Pretty simple when you lay it all out, right? And so powerful to know. And this is why it matters so much. This information isn't about trying to start trouble. It's about making things clear for everyone. When both you and your employer know the rules of the road, the whole process can be handled professionally, with confidence, and without any unnecessary stress. Which, of course, leaves us with one final, very important thought. Now that you know the rules, now that you understand the timelines, what happens if they aren't followed? What are your options then? Knowing your rights is always the first and most powerful step.